guys, this is Malinki. Welcome back to my channel Voice of Malinki. Today we will talk about responsiveness of animal. This is the lecture of animal behavior ethology, and if you are new in my channel, please subscribe my channel, and if you like my video, please do like, comment and share my video. So what is responsiveness? During summer, do you like to visit hilly area for chilling out? So that is your responsiveness toward hot, dry summer weather. That means wherever we live, our environment generally changes and we need to cope with that stressful environment. That is responsiveness. So let me write it down here. What is responsiveness? So responsiveness is a process where animal responds and cope with the stressful environment. So responsiveness is a process where animal responds and cope with the stressful environment. Now, the way an animal responds to the changing environmental condition could be of different types. So, ways of responding. First one is regulation. Different ways are there. So the first one is regulation. Here we can take our examples. We human beings can survive scorching heat like 50 degrees Celsius in summer. Similarly, in winter, we survive at 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. So we can tolerate a wide temperature range. How can we do that? And you know that our internal body temperature is about 37 degrees Celsius. All our cellular activities, metabolism take place at that temperature, that is 37 degrees Celsius. Then how can we survive? So what we actually do, our internal body environment does not change. It remains constant even if the external environment is constantly changing. That is called homeostasis. That means we can regulate our body's internal environment. Therefore, we are called regulators. All birds and animals are so-called regulators. So, regulators are those animals, let me write it down here, who can maintain their internal environment constant even if the external environment is constantly changing. Now, there are different types of regulators such as thermoregulator, then osmoregulator. So different types of regulators are present. Thermoregulators are capable of maintaining constant body temperature. So first is thermoregulator. They can maintain constant body temperature. So we maintain a constant body temperature of 37 degrees Celsius. That is for us, that is for human being. In summer, when outside temperature is more than our body temperature, we sweat. So in summer, we sweat, and sweat leads to what? Sweat leads to evaporation of water from our body and that decreases body temperature. So that is one way we do for summer. In winter, when outside temperature is less than our body temperature, what we do? So we shiver. And shivering produces heat and it raises body temperature. So this is the action of thermoregulator that we do to maintain our internal body temperature. Next is osmoregulator. So osmoregulators are capable of regulating osmotic balance of their body. So they maintain osmotic balance of their body. Now, these animals control salt concentration. They can control salt concentration. So they can control salt concentration of what? Of their body. Now example you will get here of some fishes. Now some fishes are osmoregulators and survive all kinds of aquatic environments. So here we will see two types of osmoregulation. Now suppose this is the fish. So here it is one fish. Suppose this fish is living in the water and this water is actually hypotonic. That means it is in the sweet water. Or you can say it is in the normal water, not in the sea water. So this fish is living in the hypotonic environment, such as the fresh water, you can say. So what happens? Actually, water enters through the skin of the fish's body, like that. Water enters from the pond or sea water in the fish's body through their skin, because we know that hypotonic environment means it has less solutes compared to the body of fishes. That's why it is hypotonic. It has less solutes compared to the body of fishes. And because of this solute differences, water enters from external environment to fish's body. And that is nothing but osmosis. So here osmosis is occurring, and as it happens, fishes, what they do? So fishes start to not to drink water. They will not drink water. Do not drink water because they are already absorbing water through their skin and they pass a lot of urine. And that urine is very much diluted. That means solute concentration remains low in their urine, so that they can maintain their body's solute concentration. Or you can say they can maintain the osmotic balance of their body. Now exact opposite happens if the fish is in the hypertonic environment. So I will draw one more fish here. This fish is in the hypertonic environment. Hypertonic environment means suppose it is in the sea water. So solute concentration of water remains high compared to fish's body. That's why it is hyper, it is high. Now at that time, just opposite will happen. So water tends to come out through its skin like this. So water will come out from the skin of the fish's body due to same process, osmosis. So what does it do? It will drink more water because water is coming out of its body, and it will pass little amount of water, that is it will pass very little amount of urine. And that is containing more solutes, that means it is very much concentrated. So it drinks much more water and passes little amount of water, little amount of urine to maintain the water balance, and water is very much concentrated. That means it has high amount of solutes in its urine. In this way, osmoregulators maintain the osmotic balance. Okay, so the second way of response is conformation. So first way was regulation, second is conformation. So all animals are not capable of maintaining their body's internal environment unlike regulators. In fact, very few are capable of doing this. So their internal environment of body changes with external environment. They are called conformers. So I can write it down that their internal environment changes with external environment and they are called conformers. Now, if this occurs, if they cannot change their internal body temperature, internal body environment, then how do they survive? So there are two ways. So the first way is here. Some of them don't need to control their internal environment. Some do not need to control internal environment. Why they do not need to control their internal environment? Since the external environment is fairly constant. Constant in terms of, you can say, temperature, osmotic condition, etc. So these are not at all going to be changed. So their external environment is very much constant. These animals are very lucky. They don't even require to change their internal body environment. So you can take example of some fishes who stay in fresh water always. So small ponds, they are staying in the small ponds and the water of small ponds doesn't change drastically. So that is one way, and there is another way. So some other are there who are not so lucky. Those animals experience harsh environmental condition, and what they do, they tend to escape the stressful time by different ways or migrate to suitable environment. So either they go for migration or they try to escape harsh time. I will explain that how these are occurring. So first one is migration. Now migration is a way where animals can move away temporarily from the stressful habitat to a suitable area and return when stressful period is over. That is migration. So in that case, when there is the harsh environmental changes, that time they just move away. But it is very temporarily, they do it for temporarily cases, like they go for migration only for few months, and when the temperature or when the harsh condition is vanished, when everything is normal, they will come back to their habitat. So many birds, example, you can see that mainly birds do migration. So many birds during winter, they migrate long distance. Now, all animals are not capable of migrating long distance. So what they do? They will die? No, they avoid the stress by escaping the time. So second way was escaping. So there are different ways of escaping, like hibernation, estivation, and diapause. These are three ways of escaping. So first is hibernation. Now hibernation is actually winter sleep. It is winter sleep where animals go to a warm place to sleep during winter. So animals go to the warm place, and it prevents any damage of internal body due to low temperature. During hibernation, animals lower their metabolic activities. So they lower their metabolic activities, and one thing they need to do, that is to combat the food shortage, because they are sleeping. So they are not getting enough food, they are not eating anything. So where from they will get their food during sleeping? So these animals eat a lot of food before hibernating and store them as excess fat in their body. So they eat lot of food before hibernating and store them as fats, and this supplies energy while sleeping, because when an animal sleeps, then also it requires some energy. So that energy comes from that stored fats. Otherwise they are lowering their metabolic activities, so they actually require very less energy because they are lowering their metabolic activity, and that less energy that they require, they get from the stored fat. Now hibernation is actually a long-term process. An animal goes for hibernation for 2 to 3 months, even more. Now hibernation, where you can see hibernation in amphibians, in fishes, in reptiles. So we all have seen that frogs hibernate, right? So this is hibernation. Next is estivation. Estivation is summer sleep. So it is just opposite of hibernation. Here animals go to a cool, moist, shady place to sleep during high temperature of summer days. So it prevents any damage of internal body and excessive water loss due to high temperature. Like hibernation, during estivation, animals lower their metabolic activities. Estivation occurs for short time. It is not for long time, it is for short time. Sometimes animals go for estivation in the hot sunny days, and at night they will come out of that place and they will be in the normal habitat. So estivation can be seen in animals which are living in desert and tropical regions. For example, you have seen lizards. Particularly the lizards of deserts, they go for estivation. One more is diapause. So it is a dormant stage. It is a dormant stage in terms of development. So basically diapause is a dormant stage in the development of an animal. In this stage, delay in development occurs due to adverse environmental condition. So in this phase, they do not grow and develop because the environment is not suitable. Especially their reproduction gets ceased and reproductive delay occurs. So it can occur during any time of the year. It can occur during any time of year whenever the environment is not suitable for an animal. The animal just delays its reproduction, delays its development. So from the name itself, it is diapause. You can remember it is the pause of development. Now diapause can be seen in mainly insects. You can see diapause in insects. Example, we can see monarch butterflies. They exhibit diapause in winter. So this is all about responsiveness of an animal.